This video is brought to you by Squarespace. From websites and online stores to marketing tools and analytics, Squarespace is the all-in-one platform to build your online presence. The construction sector is one of the largest in the world economy, with around $10 trillion spent on goods and services every year. However, it is one of the most highly fragmented and unproductive sectors. Construction productivity has been flat for decades, while that of manufacturing has nearly doubled over the same period and continues to improve. The industry needs to improve its efficiency, productivity, and embrace new emerging technologies. Digitization is part of this improvement. The first digitization revolution saw a switch from hand drawings on paper to computer modeling software. Projects were constructed faster, communication improved, and trades became more specialized. Drones, smart sensors, tracking software, and the Internet of Things are changing the landscape of the industry. For example, the use of BIM or Building Information Modeling made the design process more integrated. Virtual reality and augmented reality are being used in pitch meetings to explain projects to clients. Drones can deliver structural and land surveys. Sensors monitor site conditions and workplace safety. We are now seeing the emergence of a second digitization revolution that could be centered around the new blockchain technology. In this video, we're going to understand how it works. We're also going to look at the potential applications of blockchain in architecture, engineering, and construction, and all the problems with it. Blockchain is a digital ledger that stores information in records called blocks. Each block has three main components: data like timestamp transactions or agreements, a hash, which is a digital fingerprint or unique identifier, and the hash of a previous block. These blocks are linked together chronologically, like a chain of blocks. You cannot make a change to the information in a block. Instead, you create a new block, chained to the last block. Cryptography makes the blockchain ledger secure. Each transaction is recorded using encrypted data. If someone tries to tamper with the data, the change will result in a new hash. By comparing the two root hashes, users can see that the data is compromised. Another key advantage of the blockchain technology is trust. In order for business transactions to be executed, trust must exist between management and the employees of an organization, and between an organization and its partners or customers. Trust isn't built into the current version of the internet, and we don't trust each other. Currently, we trust third parties like notaries, banks, and lawyers to act as an intermediary. However, they add considerable time and money to transactions. Blockchain allows us to cut out intermediaries, keep data secure, and speed up decision-making. It generates trust without the need for a third party because no single person or group has control. All users collectively retain control. The current media attention and hype around blockchain is mainly due to cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, but that is just one way of using blockchain technology. Let's look at some other practical applications in architecture and construction. Smart contracts. Construction projects usually involve a large number of companies. You typically have to wait to get contracts, change orders, and addendums from all the parties. You have to pay all the companies involved and wait for their status reports. Blockchain allows us to set up smart digital contracts with a centralized tracking system. The companies involved define the rules, deadlines, and the penalties before the project starts. The blockchain automatically enforces these rules during the project.
You are the eventuality of an anomaly. You are inexorably seeking a sedulant probability.
Before we move on, I'd like to share a little project I've been working on. Many people have asked me to share my scripts so they can refer to them in essays and projects. So I'm building a website called carbuilds.com to post all my building science content. I've decided to use Squarespace because of its easily customizable templates. They can support pages, galleries, blogs, commerce, and more. I can easily add and manage text, photos, videos, and comments. Check out squarespace.com for a free trial, and when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/Belinda Carr to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Another advantage of blockchain is identifying skilled labor. Through blockchain, vendors and suppliers can use unique identifiers to record their performance and grow their reputation. LinkedIn listings and resumes are self-reported and unchecked, but blockchain is the source of truth. It can be easier to verify a company's credentials and check their past roles before hiring them. You can also vet candidates and identify recruits more easily. Payments. Late payments and cash flow issues are continuing problems in the construction industry. Transactions between parties usually include invoice errors, payment errors, bank holidays, currency conversion fees, etc. The average payment time for small and medium-sized companies is over 80 days. This can put the whole supply chain at risk. Blockchain applications can be linked to bank accounts or cryptocurrency accounts to send faster payments. Build-A-Chain and Build-A-Pay is a blockchain construction marketplace that uses commitment tokens to distribute funds from the construction loan to the project owner, subcontractors, and manufacturers. Supply chain management. The fragility of our global supply chain has been exposed over the last 2 years. Blockchain systems can improve their robustness because materials are logged and traced, delivery time can be easier, quicker, and less bureaucratic, dispute resolution is faster, you have better control over inventory, and you can order and receive goods as needed, which reduces waste. This can lead to lower costs and faster schedules. Maersk and IBM launched a blockchain-based system in 2017 called the TradeLens platform. It is an interconnected ecosystem of supply chain partners like cargo owners, ocean and inland carriers, freight forwarders, custom authorities, and more. It offers a holistic view of shipment data and documents. BIM and smart asset management. Building information models can act as a single source and dashboard of all information. All the parties would be working to match the physical construction to the BIM model. Any deviation would result in penalties. BIM models can contain supply chain information, source of materials, payment details, revisions, etc. By combining BIM and blockchain in smart contracts, you can make payments, send out material orders, hold subs accountable, and improve transparency, communication, and workmanship on a project. A French company called BIM-Chain has developed a blockchain application to validate the origin, ownership, and integrity of the data in the process of transferring BIM models. Let's be realistic, there's a long road ahead before blockchain becomes the norm in construction. Many companies are still hesitant to adopt 3D modeling software and still plan all their projects in 2D. Accepting blockchain requires a huge cultural and organizational shift and the development of new business models. Building codes and regulations will be one of the last to adopt blockchain documents. We will be juggling 3 mediums for a while: a paper trail, an email trail, and a blockchain trail. Designers and engineers are already stretched to their limits under tight schedules. Blockchain applications have to work independently and seamlessly without manual monitoring. The cost of the system is another concern. The construction industry already runs on narrow profit margins. It is unrealistic to expect small and medium-sized companies to shell out the money on this new technology and hire the necessary people right now. Another problem is that BIM models are not the source of truth. I haven't worked on a single project that is completely flawless. It seems like blockchain technologies are being developed under the assumption that engineers and designers get it right and that people are on job sites do it wrong, which is very unfair. Contractors and subcontractors make drawings work. I believe that blockchain will be a part of construction in the near future, but it cannot operate on the same principles as the shipping industry or the automobile industry. We don't have that level of precision and everything isn't automated. Any manual intervention brings in a certain margin of error, which adds up. There are also many aspects to construction that simply cannot be automated, like responding to RFIs or requests for information. Blockchain will definitely help large, complex projects, but small to medium-sized companies that are still modeling in 2D may not see the benefit right now. The construction industry is usually late to adopt new technologies, so seeing people discuss the idea of blockchain is very exciting. Let me know what you think about this technology in the comments below. How do you think it could benefit us and what drawbacks do you anticipate? I'll link my Patreon page in the description. If you can support me, I'd really appreciate it. A big thank you to everyone already supporting me. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching. See ya.